Hey, I'm Matt with Nerd Caliber, and this is Comic Yap. The first comic we're going to review in this series is a Korean manhwa called Return of the Blossoming Blade. The story starts off with our main character, Chung-myung, dying, killed by the heavenly demon Chonma. I love the writing and art of this story. The pacing is nearly perfect. We never linger too long or stay too short on any of the major scenes. In fitting theme with most other regression reincarnation stories, the main character is full of regret. Now, regret's a powerful emotion, one usually the dead carry with them into the afterlife. But with these regression reincarnation stories, these main characters are able to come back and relive or sometimes renew their passions. Chung-myung, our protagonist, finds himself in someone else's body and just full of confusion. I've read plenty of reincarnation stories, isekais where Truck-kun whisks the main character away to another dimension, and the first thing they all have in common is the brief moment of confusion as their soul or essence settle into their new body and environment. I mean, I know I'd be confused too, but this story, like all the good ones, doesn't linger too long on the confusion, but rather sees Chung-myung gather intel and assess his new surroundings. Something I love about this story is how well it mixes the serious situations with comedic relief. Whether that be physical comedy or unique dialogue, it keeps the reader engaged because too much of any one emotion leaves us numbed and eventually we get bored, apathetic to it. Great writing does not allow the audience to become bored or numb. A good story like this one will also slowly feed you information about your main character, rather than info dump as fast as they can. They need to balance having the audience connect with the characters while also leaving some mystery and growth paths. Now here we're given Chung-myung's propensity for being aggressive and blunt. When he believes or wants something, he goes after it. This is carried throughout the whole story, and it could be seen as one of his negative characteristics, but it's also one of his most redeemable. In reincarnation and regression stories, it's important to establish a timeline. In regression, the question the MC has to ask is, how much time do I have to fix everything that went wrong? With reincarnation, the question is, how much time has passed since I died? Minutes, days, years, centuries? Centuries a long time. Everyone you know would be gone, and Chung-myung is quick to ascertain that very truth. This question leads us to the beginning of the first arc of the story. The Mount Hua Sect, one of the greatest sects in any of the wuxia comics we'll be reading, is no longer considered great. This simple question is a dagger into Chung-myung's heart, and his face says it all. This panel is a perfect juxtaposition of image and word. This story does a wonderful job of mixing their verbal and non-verbal communication keys. A scene here in this simple picture of Chung-myung's hand shaking in a myriad of emotions. These quick insights into the inner workings of our MC's mind are timed perfectly and always welcome. I just love how this is written into the story. Now, reality sets in quickly with Chung-myung. He was such a mighty warrior, capable of defeating the greatest martial artist in the Central Plains. But now he's reduced to a mere child, no longer capable of his inhuman physical abilities. He still remembers them, but he just can't perform them anymore. Chung-myung's character is written to be increasingly relatable. He's not a perfect person, never claims to be. Many of his memories are of him misbehaving, but that's what helps shape him as a real person that's fallible, still learning, and it makes him all the better as we get to watch him grow and learn and hopefully change for the better. When we talk about reincarnation stories, mostly they have the MC remember everything from their past life. This is integral to being a greater person than they were before. And in wuxia stories, the Muram martial arts, remembering your old strong martial arts is key to becoming even better than you once were. You know how to train, you know how to strive for something better, you know what your starting line should be and where your end goal was in a past life. How much further can you take it? In most manhwas, there are terms that a reader should familiarize themselves with. Return of the Blossoming Blade does a great job of showing and telling some of these key words. Danten is one of these words. It describes the internal vessel martial artists of Miram use to house their ki. And ki is what allows them to perform their above-human feats of strength and dexterity. Chungmyung has just so many faces. I love the way they draw him. He's expressive. You get more out of his expressions than you would some of the normal characters we see, and they really take it to another level in the series. Look at the bowl on this guy's head. That is keen attention to detail by the writing staff and the art staff. They've taken an item that we saw previously that seemed innocuous, and they carried it through a beating and put it on this guy's head. It adds to the humor, it adds to the connection between all the panels, and it just makes the story overall more engaging. I chose this panel. It's just me enjoying the art direction and the storytelling about progressing the storyline. How does our main character learn about the world situation, the situation of Mount Hua? He needs to find information, and this panel does so much. This is a major pivot point in what could be called the start of the main arc of the story. Chungmyung, our main character, has become a member of Mount Hua Sect again. From the bottom, just like he did in his past. No special treatment, just open and accepting arms, like a caring parent, which was not in his plans at all. But he definitely has memories about how nice they were, but he assumed they'd be cold because he's calculating and he's suspicious, so he thought they'd be like him. But his thoughts were not reflected at all by the new leader of the Mount Hua Sect. And he's confused, he's flustered, but he's accepting because he, even after 100 years, even after regression, could not go against the head of the sect. This story on the surface is about martial arts and saving the Central Plains from the heavenly demon. But underneath all that, it's about belonging and camaraderie. He's got new friends, new disciples to be with. He has new leaders, and they're all coming together. He's got to rebuild the Mount Hua Sect from scratch. And this is what we're seeing, an empty field, empty space. Everything's been destroyed, and it's been 100 years. And he talks about, oh, I'm going to repay my comrades twofold, but I'm going to deal with vengeance fivefold. And it's like, well, why the imbalance? You know what I mean? You have people that you hate, you're going to give them back 5 times, but you have people you love, they're not getting as much. And it's that imbalance that hopefully over time, his way of thinking will be able to be fixed. I'm calling this Convince Me in 20. I believe any manhwa can convince you that it's good within 20 chapters, and you're going to want to keep reading it. And this one, I'm only going to show you the first 3. I love this story. It's one of the best. Return of the Blossoming Blade is so good with 152 chapters spanning 2 seasons. You're going to be able to go on many adventures with Chungmyung and the Mount Hua Sect. I was more than excited to do this review because it meant I get to reread it. Not that I ever needed a reason, but I give Return of the Blossoming Blade 5 out of 5 blossoming plum flowers. You gotta read it. Whether you're a veteran in the comic scene or just comic curious individual, this comic will not disappoint. Since this is the first episode, I figured I should talk about my credentials. I am a graphic novel writer, 10 years. My graphic novel is called Virgin Space. It's a space opera set in the far distant future, where the distance between the rich and poor is as vast as space itself. I wouldn't be able to do this without my artist, Eam. Eam is from Spain. His art is just absolutely blowing me away. He's been working on it with me for, I want to say 6 years now. And we have all these images that I'm probably showing you right now, just so you get a taste of what we're into. I also have an editor, Tom. Tom's out of England. He worked for Titan Comics. And I've learned more in 4 years from Tom than all 30 plus years of me reading comics. He is just a treasure trove of knowledge, and I love going to him. And thankfully he likes my story, so that helps too. I'd like to thank Nerd Caliber for giving us this opportunity, and you, the audience, for yapping with us. Keep reading comics. Keep enjoying what you love. Cheers. Yap, yap, yap. Yap, 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 yap. Yap, 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 yap. Yap, 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 yap. Yep.